Now we see a lot of cool cars at the New York Auto Show, but occasionally we find some cool tech, and that's why we're in this 2019 Ram 1500 taking a look at SiriusXM's new 360L system. Now with the 360L system, which debuts in this truck, what they've done is redesigned how you interact with satellite radio from the ground up, and that starts with how you find stations. So instead of a long list of stations that you have to scan through while you're driving, they've actually broken them out into larger categories with things like dance and electronic and rock. And if you click onto those, it breaks out into big buttons for all of the stations, including descriptions of what those stations are. So you never really have to worry about what octane is. Now they've also done a similar thing on the sports side of things. So instead of getting a list of sports stations, you actually get a breakout of live sports that are happening right now. So you can pop in and see which teams are playing and go straight to that game regardless of what station it's on. It makes it a lot easier to find your team while you're driving. Now the next bit is of particular interest for those of you who like to listen to talk radio. For any station, there's a new button called Related. You click that, and what it does is it goes and looks for other content related to what you're listening to. So for example, we're on the Howard Stern station, and it shows us now a list of other Howard Stern episodes. You can also click the available shows to see a list of over 7,500 back catalog broadcasts that you can stream over a 4G LTE connection seamlessly. So if you want to listen to an old Howard Stern episode from 2016, you just find it in there and you just hit play. It's kind of like a podcast. Now the next way that they've aided in finding content is adding voice search to satellite radio. So from any screen, you can hit the search button and search for an artist or a station. So, Coolio. And it'll actually find stations that broadcast that artist's music or old interviews with what you searched for. Now the last bit is sort of a quality of life change. They've actually added the ability to have multiple profiles with your satellite radio system. And the reason for that is because the 4G LTE connection is bidirectional, it can actually offer you suggestions for things based on your listening habits. So if you and your significant other have different listening habits, you can actually break it out into different profiles with your own presets and your own recommendations. The example was given to me of also creating a third profile for when your kids are in the car so you don't end up with a lot of suggestions for Radio Disney. And the final piece of the puzzle is that they've made it easier to manage your subscription from inside of the car. While parked on the screen, you can actually view how long your subscription is going to last and also the subscriptions available to you. And you can manage that subscription and pay for it right here in the dashboard. The cool thing here is because the system goes seamlessly between satellite and 4G LTE and back, if you have a subscription, SiriusXM will actually pay for your data, so you don't have to manage a separate Uconnect data plan on top of that. Now, as I mentioned, this new 360L system is going to debut first on the 2019 Ram 1500, but we should start seeing it propagate through other vehicles in the future.